And nigga, be real to yourself before you real with anybody else. Gang. What's the big old deal? Man? It's y'all favorite partner, Big Nina Boy, and we back at it. Hey, catch it though, right? So it looked like Diddy might be coming home, homie. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all. It's a slight chance Diddy might be coming home because we looking at the scoreboard and going down this spider web. Diddy I don't know how he did it, but he was able to get U.S. Attorney Damian Williams to resign. You understand what I'm saying? This is a big break in his whole situation. Y'all got to start realizing what's really going on. It's so many people right now counting Diddy out. Right now, Diddy is in a good spot. You got U.S. Attorney Damian Williams, and on top of that, this was the first black attorney for the Southern District in New York to ever become a prosecutor, right? Now, looking at this scandal, and not just Damian Williams, more other U.S. attorneys will resign effectively. You know, he's resigning December 13th, I believe. Now, we looking at everything going on. They're accusing Diddy of tampering with witnesses. They saying that he paying people off. Diddy might get that bail. Diddy will come home. Y'all got to realize the bail amount that they're asking for $50 million. $50 million. Diddy is gonna put that up with no problem. Let it be $100 million. Diddy finna get up out of jail. I'm telling y'all, mark my word. I'm saying right now, all these allegations could be factual. They could be facts, but y'all gotta understand something. Money rule everything around us, homie, and it's just not even that. Diddy goes so far up the food chain that it's congressmen, lobbyists, liaisons. You see what I'm saying? Senators that's involved with this scandal with the freak offs. It's no way they're gonna let it's either you get rid of them or you release them. So with that being said, man, let's get into this reaction, man. We got some good news y'all can use. Right now, looking at Diddy case, man, it's starting to look like a championship war going on, man. So let's follow this route, man, and let's see where it takes us. Let's go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. Thank you for being with us. Breaking news tonight. Diddy went. Can I do this anymore? Did Sean Puffy Combs, a.k.a. Love, a.k.a. Diddy, and on, did he actually order others, demanding that they, quote, dig up dirt on alleged victims? This while he is renewing another bail bid? What judge in his or her right mind will grant bond bail on a guy that is demanding others dig up dirt on alleged victims? Not only that, we are getting reports that Sean Combs, a.k.a. Diddy, would, let's just say, ask other inmates to use their phone cards, their phones, their phone time to do three-ways, patch him into people trying to dig up dirt on victims, possibly contacting alleged victims himself. What, with bribes or threats? Don't know that yet, but I will find out. Listen to this.
Sean Combs isn't just monitoring social media from behind bars. According to federal prosecutors, Diddy is relentlessly attempting to blackmail potential witnesses. The feds say Combs has been using other MDC inmates' phone access codes to make surreptitious calls. Combs then uses his sons to loop in a third party or directly contacts unauthorized individuals. While the contents of the calls have been redacted in court documents, prosecutors say the conversations clearly outline Combs' intent to silence witnesses.
Want to start a podcast but not sure how? Riverside has got you covered. First, go to riverside.com.
Oh, he's in a whole bunch of trouble now and more.
As part of the interagency contraband sweep at the MDC, agents confiscate 19 pages of notes from Sean Combs' belongings and turn them over to federal prosecutors. Among those notes are inspirational quotes, reminders about family and financial matters that need to be discussed, and a to-do list. That list includes a need to instruct a family member to, quote, find dirt on 2 potential victims and, quote, find everything on another victim.
Okay, now, according.
All right, so let's jump into it, man. Y'all got to understand something. Make no doubt about it. Diddy is not by far a dumb person. Now, and let me make sure I'm clear, right? Now, we got to be real cautious of what we saying on the internet because they're saying that Diddy is going to get approved a gag order for anybody that's saying any outlandish stuff about him in regards to slandering, doxing, all of this type of stuff, homie. So when we look at this, homie, we gotta, man, niggas gotta trail that road real smooth because these sex tapes go all the way up to the food chain, man. It's no way that they're gonna, y'all gotta realize how all of this started over Diddy wanting more money in the Ciroc. De Leon, the liquor company, he threatened those people. He threatened them. You see what I'm saying? They want to turn it, stop his liquor brand, stop selling at a top quality high tier. So then they want to bring down the brand to like a malt liquor type of, brand. He's like, nah, nigga, we made millions of dollars behind this brand. You not gonna do me like that. And then he threatened them. And because you threatened some multi-billion-dollar people, because you was a billionaire, these are multi-billionaires. They figured he was a threat. Now, what they never realized that Diddy have done everything that was done to him. Diddy had to run, chase, get cheesecake. Diddy probably had to do some things that involved him taking some up his exit. We don't know. But at the same time, allegedly, you got to look at the key players in this. This is not just his kids pulling up dirt. Y'all got to understand something. Man, Donald Trump became president. Now, if he got, just hypothetically speaking, just look at it from this standpoint, though, right? Catch his gang. Just imagine he got Donald Trump doing some things that he wasn't supposed to do. And Donald Trump, he like, man, I'm going to stay silent, man, but hey, get rid of this. Only person, think about it, for somebody to get the U.S. attorney, Damian Williams, to resign, this dude look like, on paper, it looks like he's a narrow, straight person. He don't commit crimes. He don't have no scandals. He's not having multiple, flings with different women. We don't know what it was, but for some reason, he had took the podium and said that he's going to resign. Somebody who looks absolutely good on paper is going to resign for what? For what? Not only is he resigning, they got multiple district attorneys that was putting in a bid to take over this Diddy case. They got to resign too. This comes up the food chain. Y'all got to realize that's power. You got to have some dirt on a congressman, a lobbyist, a senator. You got to have U.S. attorney. Ain't no Diddy's sons don't have that type of power, that influence. When we looking at the scoreboard, homie, Damian Williams, man, when y'all seeing him talk about the baby oil, that nigga was doing full court press, talking about getting, and I urge all the victims to come forth with and all that. And listen, it's some powerful people that Diddy is starting to reach out like, yo, nigga, 97, they put that peanut butter up in that room. The peanut butter. That's all you got. I'm pretty sure it's little break codes like that where he like peanut butter. That senator, like, oh shit, man. One time I was at Wonderland and I seen a dog hit a cat, and I seen a man hit a horse. Oh yeah, you gotta understand. Look, Diddy had parties and Epstein too. If you had any weird fetish and all of that crazy ass stuff, you better believe Diddy was somebody who was a no judgment zone who would probably be like, all right, cool, I got you. So a lot of people got to start walking real smooth because Diddy ain't going out like that. Nigga, Diddy Bad boy for life. Take that. Take that. You got to realize Diddy is not playing with these people, man. And if Trump is involved, he's going to find any dirt. Think about it. If he got something on Trump, and this is just alleged. I don't want to say nothing with facts because this is all just opinionated. But just imagine he got something on Trump. Trump was found guilty. Trump was found guilty with 34 felonies. In the United States, how many people you know who was convicted and found guilty with 34 felonies that could become the president? Shit, you can't even get your drop. Man, listen, if you're on child support, nigga, they taking away your driver's license. But this nigga get to be the president? Come on, nigga. 34, nigga got more felonies than anybody I know. Nigga call that nigga even though nigga Big Meech don't got 34 felonies. You see what I'm saying? Nigga, Harry O. Nigga don't got 34 felonies. Like, come on, gang. Y'all don't see what's going on with the world, bro. This is not by accident. This is what you want to proceed as. This is power. This is power at its greatest momentum. It's nobody that can pull off some shit like Diddy sitting in a federal penitentiary, nigga, making long arm plays from the pen. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, it's finna get tough, man. And right now, hey, when you fighting against the United States of America, you better have your ammunition and you better be ready. Because a lot of gangbangers that I know, them niggas do their gangster shit, get caught, and they just bend over and take it up the rectum. No, the nigga gave me 30 years. I took it. Yeah, I walked in on 26 of them. Nigga didn't even fight the government. He ain't gonna fight the government, but nigga gonna fight that nigga around the corner though. You see what I'm saying? Diddy fighting back right now. Let's go.
According to the defense lawyers for Sean Combs, there were 19 pages of, quote, heartfelt notes to his lawyers. Heartfelt notes? Like dig up dirt on Cassie? Notes like that? Joining me an all-star panel to make sense of what we are learning right now, straight out to Alex West, entertainment reporter with The Mirror.
All right, real fast, chat, and we gonna get to it. But when it comes to Cassie, Cassie, let me just say this. She kept going back. You see what I'm saying? She stayed. And it's crazy because she never did any of these things, man. So it kind of make you think, like, did she kind of accept it? Or was she like, something happened to her where she was like in a mentally challenged to get up out of it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Alex, of course, the defense lawyers are screaming to high heaven, this raid was illegal. It was wrong. But can I get to the dig up dirt on victims part?
Yeah, so these notes range from the to-do list and then the inspirational quotes. However, they also are considered privileged. At least that's what the defense is arguing. Prosecutors, though, of course, are saying the contents are not privileged, especially when we're saying things like inspirational quotes. But they're saying it was privileged. They're arguing that that is not something that could have been taken by the prosecutors, the investigators, and yet it was. And the judge is now ruling that those 19 pages have to be destroyed and not used in court.
Eric Faddis joining me, high-profile lawyer, founding partner of Varner Faddis Elite. Faddis, inspirational quotes? Really?
It's a dark scene there in the jail. He's got to keep his spirits up, and there's nothing wrong with him having inspirational quotes. What he's saying is wrong. It is the authorities coming in, ransacking his entire cell, taking privileged, confidential communications between him and his attorney. That relationship is sacrosanct, Nancy, as you know. And so he's saying that, hey, that's an invasion here, and the prosecution should be punished.
Eric Faddis, you do know that Sean Combs has been denied bail twice so far or more because of prior threats on alleged victims. So you're telling me that his inspirational quotes, including demands that others dig up dirt on alleged victims, With his track record, I mean, Faddis, when you don't know a horse, look at his track record. We know he has already allegedly threatened other witnesses, possibly bribed them. And now he's making up to-do lists, not just for his lawyers, but for family and friends to, quote, get dirt on victims, to intimidate them. You know how many victims I've had that don't want to take the stand? They get on the stand and completely shut down because of things just like Sean Combs is doing right now, and you want me to come down on the prosecutors? What world are you living in, man?
Well, the world that the judge lives in, because he's already come down on the prosecution on this. Look, witness intimidation, witness tampering is completely impermissible. That being said, defense has a right to investigate their case, to look into the backgrounds of the accusers, see if they've made a false statement. Have they filed a fallacious case? Have they engaged in a crime of dishonesty? These are...
Nah, so let me tell y'all what's going on. Diddy is like, nigga, I'm not no bitch. Nigga, you not go just hit me, nigga, in the back door with no Vaseline on. Nigga, you not go get at me like that. Since everybody want to pull out my dirty skeletons, I'm pulling out everybody's too. Now everybody is mad that Diddy is starting to fight back. You see what I'm saying? Now, as everybody get judged, you know what killed me? Hold on, let me just go to me real fast, man. You know what killed me? It's some killers, it's some gangsters talking about, yeah, that nigga Diddy foul, man. Man, shut up. Some of you niggas didn't put pot knots on your baby mama. You didn't knock your wife tooth out. Come on, niggas. Some of you niggas is foul out here too. But then when it comes to a celebrity, you niggas want to think because he high up there, you got the right to bear judgment. That is not cool to me, homie. Some of you niggas right now, Nigga, you was hitting that smoker in the alley in the hood because she wanted some dope. You was slanging dope. You like, give me some of that. You hit her ass in the alley. Then you go home and fuck your baby mama. You know what I'm saying? And you knew that kind of busting that smoker when you was hitting her. Nigga, you raw dog in that. Nigga, you hitting that smoker. You like, she like, oh yeah. You like, oh. Then you like, oh, the condom bust. You don't got no AIDS, right? She's like, no, I'm clean. You don't got no AIDS. No, I'm good. You got herpes? No. All right, good. Then, nigga, you came home too late. And she was like, where you been at? I've been horny, baby. He's like, man, I don't feel like doing it. What? You cheating on me? No. She's like, all right, then, give me some dick. You're like, or let me take a shot. No, you clean, right? You're like, no, I don't think you want to do this right now, man. She jump on, she jump on your shit. And then she be like, my cuckoo been itching since we did it the other night. Yeah, nigga, you didn't tell her you was hitting that smoker, that little thick ass smoker. She just started smoking dope. She just started, you know what I'm saying? She like 3 months in, you know, she ain't no full crackhead yet. You know what I'm talking about? You ooh, that shit was good. Ooh, shit. Fuck around. Now, she's like, let's go to the doctor. Yo, I'm itching, nigga, so you not itching? No, I got a dick, baby. My shit ain't itching. Well, I'm itching. I'm going to go. That's time I tell you anyway. And I bet not have nothing, or you better get all your shit up out the house. Now you got to pack up while she at work and just leave because you didn't hit that smoker in the hood. You know what I'm talking about? So Diddy is starting to play ball at this point. Cold scenario, but Diddy's starting to play ball. How can we get mad at Diddy for wanting to start fighting back? He like, yeah, since y'all try, how can y'all pull up dirt on Diddy, but Diddy can't pull up dirt on y'all? You see what just happened to, and this is just alleged. Damian Williams, the first black U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, had to resign. Nobody could have pulled that off but somebody that's in the CIA, DEA, nigga, ATF, whatever, Marshals, whatever. Somebody had to figure out something on Damian Williams to resign. You see what I'm saying? He's effectively resigned December 13th. You got to understand something, homie. That's not no $1 million play. Diddy is probably using all of his resources to get, man, I don't care if you could get some dirt on some congressmen, liaison, senators, legislators, anybody, he's probably paying top dollar. and he's going through third party. And this is just alleged. I don't want to accuse him because I just seen a report that nigga putting gag orders on anybody that say something crazy. So I don't want to say nothing crazy in regards to Diddy. I want to be verbatim. You know what I'm saying? I got to put on my thinking hat today, man. You know what I'm talking about? You know, Nina Boy went to school a little bit. I listened a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't no regular hood dumb nigga now. But nah, man, it's going down. If y'all don't see what's going on, these are power plays, man. And Diddy, he got dirt on everybody. Let's go.
Appropriate measures for defense to take, so long as they are not going past the line which separates investigation from witness tampering. That, of course, is impermissible.
Oh, yes, that's impermissible. But let's put this 3 inches up the prosecution's tailpipe because they happen to find the list. Straight out to Dr. Dwayne Hendricks, former associate warden at this CI, Correctional Institution, MDC in Brooklyn, former senior warden, U.S. Department of Justice, Federal Bureau of Prisons, founder of A New Daylight Foundation, and author of Who Are You? See it, say it, seize it. Dr. Hendricks, isn't it true that in a CI, Correctional Institute, there are routine sweeps in inmates' cells, and you find all sorts of stuff? You find shanks, you find Pruno, homemade wine, you find phones, you find guns, you find drugs. Isn't that true, Dr. Hendricks?
Yes, that is true. And staff are charged with doing at least 5 to 10 cell searches on a daily basis per shift. And typically, inmates will put their legal material. They will separate their legal material from other material that they may have in their cell. Now, I can tell you where he's being housed right now. It's in a dormitory style unit.
This is how much Airbnb paid me just today. And here's the thing: I don't own or rent any
on the east building of MDC Brooklyn. So it's bunk style and it's open. So there's several bunks on each in the area that he's staying in. So typically those inmates will keep their belongings under their mattress. And apparently he's not separating his legal work from these other materials, these inspirational notes and different things of that nature.
Why do you keep saying inspirational notes? Inspirational notes like dig up dirt on the victims?
Well, that's where the issue comes in. That's not legal work. If he's saying, if he's saying dig up dirt or call this person or call that person.
Now, this is to me where the legal system get tricky, right? That's what the legal system is predicated off of, pulling up dirt. So you mean to tell me that the opposing party can't pull up dirt after y'all start pulling up dirt on him? You got to understand something. It's called play ball. You see what I'm saying? An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Y'all got to understand something. Diddy was not doing this by himself. It was multiple people involved with this shit. So if y'all notice, nobody came up forthwith to defend Diddy. Nobody. Everybody stayed silent. That tell you something. Everybody is guilty. Everybody played either taking drugs at his party. That still can shame your brand, shame anything about you. It's a lot of people. I got to look at what Cat Williams said in the beginning of the year. Everybody was going down in the year 2024. They cleaned up houses. They're getting ready for 2025. A lot of these alumni members, they expired. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just what it is, man. Some people get old. You see what I'm saying? You ain't fun no more. You nigga, some of you mother get so old, nigga, you going to bed at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You see what I'm saying? That is not cool to an entertainment society. Entertainment don't sleep. Y'all got to understand something, homie. Diddy was definitely one of them dudes who had to cover his ass. Look what he was involved in. Not only, man, look, they just made allegations that at Meat Mill Party, nigga, there was blood on the sheets. I mean, that's a nigga hitting red lights. That means nigga was doing something. They was taking something. You see what I'm saying? And man, nigga talking about, we don't got no Vaseline. Hey, go to the store, get some butter. Yeah, nigga was hitting that shit with some butter. Slide in that thing. Uncle Nephew, that is not funny. That is not funny, bro. Damn. Nigga said butter. Let's get back to this, man. This nigga Uncle Nephew be tripping. Let's go.
That is not legal work. And I would guarantee that they didn't go specifically to his particular bunk to find anything unless there was some information that came out of those these alleged three-way calls where he was using other inmates' pack numbers. And basically, because it's voice recognized, so the inmates would have to try to. A pack number is a number assigned to each inmate when they come into the prison, and when they set it up and it's voice recognized. So if someone's there, they'd have to dial a number, and then they'd have to say their name, and then it would link up with that pack number that's assigned to that person. Then they would call a contact that's on their approved list, and then once that person got on the phone with them, then they would ask the individual on the line and say, "Hey, now dial this number make a three-way call with this number, and then I will hand the phone over to whoever's trying to make that legal three-way call." And apparently he did that.
Dr. Hendricks, let me ask you a question. Isn't it a violation of jail policy to use other people's packs?
No.
Yes. And he probably lost his phone privileges once they found out that he was using these other inmates' pack numbers to make these three-way calls. And obviously he needs to understand they're monitoring all those inmates' calls in his unit, because now that they did a threat assessment and put him in a general population unit, he's more likely housed with other individuals that's probably charged with sex offenses or former law enforcement officers who are pending charges.
To Dr. Bethany Marshall joining us, renowned psychoanalyst out of LA, author of Deal Breaker. You can see her now on Peacock or find her at drbethanymarshall.com. Dr. Bethany Marshall, second verse, same as the first. The rules don't apply to Diddy, do they? They didn't out here in civilian land, and they don't behind bars. He's using other inmates' packs to use their phone access. He is directing other people, demanding that they dig up dirt on victims. You know how hard it is to get a victim?
Man, you know what's so crazy about this? Shout out to Nancy, man, but nigga, she on this helmet, but think about it. Come on, gang. So you mean this whole time, I didn't know you couldn't use another nigga phone pack to make a phone call, a three-way phone call, nigga. I was doing that in jail, nigga, for the longest. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, gang. Like they making a mockery of what's been known to jail in all the prison system since day one, nigga. Like shit, nigga, if y'all trying to lock up my phone calls, what else you think he gonna do? You see what I'm saying? He's going to use somebody else's phone card to make a three-way call. And it's they're monitoring his phone calls, but think about it. If you have to go through a certain ID, access grant to make a phone call, and you use somebody else's, they're using voice recognition at this point. Whoever that's locked up inside them, see, the feds got the technology, but y'all got to understand something, homie. He have been successful. So regardless of what Nancy or anybody else feel right now, one of the biggest wins to me of what Diddy have is that U.S. Attorney Damian Williams is off the case. This was the person who had the hard on for Diddy. All these alleged victims and all this shit, y'all waited 30 years to come out and say, "Oh, Diddy did something to me. I didn't like it." Oh, where was your mama at? Why didn't y'all, as a mother, as a parent, why didn't a mother say, "F that, nigga, go on the police station, kick in the door. Hey, somebody go get that dude. That dude did something to my daughter." Nobody said nothing. And the fact that even if he paid y'all off and y'all back broke, because this is what it sounds like. It sounds like a lot of people that, he took advantage of. He was using NDAs. He was taking away cell phones, and he was paying a top dollar just to do it. That's just like you go to Dubai and let somebody dookie on you. Yeah, let somebody, nigga, grab his dookie, then throw it in your face and tell you to eat it for $50,000. It's black women are going over there to Dubai right now eating dookie for $50K. right now, 50K. Let's be honest. And they come back and talk about I'm a boss, bitch. I'm my own independent. I got my own. I don't need a nigga for nothing. Yeah, but let a nigga come up inside that house, boom, 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 and rob some, and you laid up with a nigga. You like, oh, you a protector. Go protect me. No, bitch, so you could die, so you could live with the money? Nah, bitch, you don't need no nigga, right? Nah, go down there and fight that nigga. Everybody talk about provide, nigga, supposed to provide protection too. Oh, you don't need a nigga. Just imagine the world come to an end and everybody taking shit. You go want a nigga then. You go there and get a nigga a little some pussy. I'm giving some pussy. Where you get from it? She gave me some pussy. Yeah, you know how niggas is. Niggas will die for some pussy. Trust me, I know some niggas who died for some pussy. Niggas didn't start. I know hoods that started beefing over pussy. Ooh, pussy a hell of a drug. Ooh, don't let it be no good pussy. Oh my God, this a nigga like, nigga, kill me right now. Let me hit that one time and I will die. Nah, top of the morning, guy. Let's get into it. Hey, Uncle Nephew, chill out, cuz. Chill out. All right, let's go.
Victim to testify in front of a packed courtroom, to be the subject of derision, to be attacked on cross-examination about their motives for coming forward. Look how long Cassie Ventura kept it secret that she was beaten and, according to her, by Combs. And now he's doing it again behind bars. And who's getting it up the rear end? The prosecutors.
That's right, Nancy. Two things stand out to me. One of the things is that probably his children were on the approved caller list. And allegedly, he is instructing one of his children to get in touch with a victim and get dirt on them. So think about that, using your own children allegedly to commit a crime. The other is that victims are extraordinarily ashamed because on some
Man, I don't know. What are they? Man, I'm gonna get up out of there, man. Not like that, man. Shout out to Nancy, man. But we gotta go on to the next segment, man, because man, I'm sitting here fighting for my life and everybody trying to pull out dirt on me, nigga. Hey, son. Hey, go to this nigga over here, man. He got some cereal boxes with some instructions, with some ingredients that, I want to learn how to study so I could try to make my own cereal up in here, man. Get that information from me. Hell yeah, nigga, I need my son to go play ball. I don't care what operation nigga own, nigga. I definitely am one of them dudes, nigga. He's committing a crime. He's getting people to his son. He's using his sons to pull up dirt. What do you think the government do? What do you think law enforcement do? They go to informants to pull up dirt. But the game is double rigged, man. That's why I say y'all got to pay attention to this game, because this game is paying attention to you. Right now, you better realize we're living in a world of technology. Technology, which means anything you say will be in transcript, is recorded, it's cameras on every light. Shit, when you drive home, there's a camera at the light that scans every license plate that drive by. And if it's a consistent route, they know which route you turn. They will use connect cameras all the way to the location that you're in. It's already pre-set up in the future, my nigga. Everything, you're not going to be driving without a registration in the future. You're not going to be driving without insurance. You're not going to be driving without a license, because it's going to scan your face while you're driving. It's going to see this person doesn't have a license, and they're going to be able to pull you over. The future is something so vicious that I don't even think y'all will want to live in that shit, because all the skips and scams and shit, they're figuring it's more profitable to eliminate that shit and correct that shit so the future can be green. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, we got to start paying attention to what's going on, gang, because right now, I honestly believe that Diddy is finna come home. He's finna come home. He got too much dirt on people. He got enough dirt on enough senators. Shit, I really believe allegedly that Donald Trump might be involved with helping him get some of his resources. Allegedly. I'm not accusing. I don't want to accuse, but it's possible. Let's go. And
at the time, he was complicit
of it. We also have
and Biggie Smalls were murdered. He wasn't exactly cooperative. He didn't do what you would assume a friend or a manager, so to speak, would do. So from a law enforcement perspective, he was very unhelpful in an area where he ought to have been contributing towards getting some type of justice in those two murder cases. But as we found out in time, he was complicit in one of them, and which would make sense why maybe he didn't cooperate in the other, because the two were, they were just, we always understood that they were somehow interconnected. And so if you're going to cooperate or provide information on one and you're culpable in the other, one thing could lead back to the next. And that's where I think he understood his own vulnerability.
It's interesting because recently I did an interview with Suge Knight from prison, and he made the allegation that Diddy's been an informant for 20 years.
Yeah, everything that Suge says ought to be taken with a grain of salt. I mean, nobody lies more than Suge Knight.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Let me tell y'all something. You know why I think that? Think about it. Diddy has had the longest career of never going to jail. How many people have been signed to Bad Boy that went to jail? How many shootouts have been involved with Bad Boy? Diddy have never been to jail. I'm talking about since the 90s, nigga. He went to jail, got right out. He ain't never did a real week in jail, man. We talking about since the 90s. Y'all been having all of this shit on Diddy for years. Y'all got to understand something. Keefy D told the world that Diddy paid for him to go kill Tupac. No indictment, nothing, nobody. Keefy D is in jail. He didn't have no, man, think about it. He didn't have no real reason. What was the motive to kill Tupac? The Orlando fight, Anderson shit? Man, come on, man. That was just part one. They was already going out there to go kill Tupac anyway. You see what I'm saying? Y'all gotta y'all gotta pay attention to Greg. He has a very resourceful person, but I honestly believe that, he knows some things that he can't say as well. You know what I'm saying? So I still think he's still sliding above the rim as well. You see what I'm saying? But it makes sense to believe the theory that Diddy could have been an informant. He got too much dirt on everybody, bro. He probably was the smartest person that was able to play ball on a massive level. Information is power. Most people would never understand. It's not about how tough you is. Just imagine, nigga, you a knockout artist, but then, nigga, you like to wear rubber Landex leggings and heels in your own household. Nigga creeped up on one of your windows and you wearing motherfucking rubber spandex thongs and leggings and heels and makeup and a wig on and shit, but you a knockout artist when you go outside. A nigga send that little envelope to your motherfucking door and shit. You see that shit, you looking? Nigga, get that phone call. Yeah, nigga, I know what you really is, nigga. So I'm saying, yeah, nigga, yeah, you a knockout artist, huh? Yeah, you knocking shit out, cool. But yeah, nigga, you wearing a thong on Sunday, nigga, with a wig and lipstick, nigga. How the fuck you do that, nigga? Who else know about this shit? Hey, man, nobody know, man. My mama left me when I was young, man. It's just some fucking weird fucking thing I do, man, between me and my house, man. Don't tell nobody how much you want. Oh, yeah, nigga. Yeah, nah, nigga, I own you now, nigga. All right, man, what you need me to do? Any nigga I tell you to knock out, nigga, go knock their ass out then. If I tell you to put them to sleep too. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that game would go. Nigga, hey, information is powerful. I promise you it's worth way more than money. Because if you got information on somebody, you could get anything you want, bro. Anything you want out of anybody. So y'all better start paying attention because a lot of people are rich out here off of information. Not because they smart. Extortion. You know what I'm saying? Nigga get in the rooms and shit. Nigga be like, look at what just happened. Damian Williams had to resign because somebody had some information on him that he didn't want out to the public. So he resigned. He made a statement saying this is his dream job. He would have never done anything to sabotage his dream job though, right? So that tell you what, somebody got some dirt up on him. And at the end of the day, everybody got dirt up under their fingernails, bro. Everybody. That's why Diddy is saying, niggas saying, oh man, you use your son to get some dirt, nigga. Hey, that's what family for, nigga. I ain't gonna let nobody get some dirt up on me and I ain't gonna fight back, nigga. I'm fighting back, nigga. Hey, the only person that'll sit there and take it in the motherfucking exit is somebody who like that shit. And I ain't like that, nigga. So I'm gonna get with it, nigga, and I'm gonna fight back. Let's go.
So Suge Knight is one of the biggest hypocrites I've ever met throughout this whole entire story as it relates back to either Tupac or Biggie's murder. And so I I take everything that he has with a grain of salt. Most of what he says is pure speculation. It's just based on stories he's heard and just hearsay and all of that. And again, we kind of, as Christian men, ought to be careful about falsely accusing people, because even when those things turn out to be untrue, the damage is already done just by, you can't unring a bell of an accusation, even when you're proven innocent later. And so I think that we just have to be really careful about acquiescing with people who base all of the information on gossip, innuendo, and speculation like Suge does. I looked at everything regarding Diddy all the way back throughout the 90s. One of the last things our task force did in Los Angeles was went out to New York, met with a DEA agent named Eric Henderson, who was spearheading the investigation into Bad Boy Records. And they let us go through their files with a fine-toothed comb. And I looked through every single piece of paper that they had regarding their investigation of Bad Boy Records. And I did not see a single thing that would suggest that Puffy was ever an informant. Not a single thing. And that would have been in there. This was all confidential DEA and government documentation. And there would have been something in there. And we didn't. And furthermore, the most obvious is if he was an informant, then he would have been providing information on the cases that we had approached him on.
I just got paid $60,000 for my car crash from using this app on my phone. And I don't know if you could see this, but it's called...
That makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, what do you think about this? I don't know if it's new evidence, but with Dwayne Davis, making the allegation that Diddy paid him $1 million, to put the hit on Tupac. You find any credence with that? I
do. When he first told us that back in late 2008, early 2009, everything else he told us, we were able to substantiate. And so that lends credence to anything that, furthermore that he says. And when he told us about the solicitation for Tupac's murder, it made sense within the context of the ongoing rivalry that was taking place between Puffy and Suge, Biggie and Tupac, and the gangs that they were affiliating with. So there's already a well-established history. And so once he tells us that, Puffy was scared to death, he knew he had a target on his back. Every time he came to LA, Suge's goons were, trying to track him down. They had kidnapped somebody in furtherance of trying to find out where Puffy's mother and family lived. So all of this led to support or substantiate the claims that Keith Davis was making about Puffy's solicitation. Originally, I thought that the solicitation was somewhat just an expression of exaggeration. Like, man, these motherfuckers are breathing down my back. They want me dead. When they go and he gives us this explanation of the solicitation, I thought that perhaps Puffy was just really desperate and afraid. He's like, man, I'll give you whatever you want to take care of these guys. I just don't want to have to come into LA and, look over my shoulder. So I thought it was that. But as things unraveled in the last decade, I'm seeing a completely different character and nature of Puffy that I didn't take into consideration at that time. Now I see maybe he's capable of doing something as direct and intentional as what Keefy D was saying happened.
Well, I have some contacts in the industry, and going way back, they said that Puffy really wasn't involved in he wasn't a gangster at that time. He wasn't involved in any gangs. He was really a music guy. And then somehow this feud between him and Suge started. And that's when he started to kind of take on security and the guise of this gangster rap stuff. But initially that wasn't him. He was a guy that just wanted to create music. And going back, do you have insight as to how this rivalry really began?
There's a couple different versions of how it all began. Originally, everybody was somewhat friendly with one another. And then the two labels, one from the East Coast, one from the West Coast, Bad Boy and Death Row, they began to want to encroach on each other's territory. Bad Boy wanted to open up a Bad Boy West out here in LA, Suge's backyard. Death Row wanted to open Death Row East, in New York, which is Puffy's backyard. And so slowly and surely the animosities began. But it wasn't until an individual named Jake Robles, who was a bodyguard of Suge's, a close friend of Suge's, was shot and killed by an associate of Puffy Combs's in Atlanta outside of a nightclub. As soon as Puffy's bodyguard shot and killed Suge's bodyguard, now blood was on the ground. Now it's an actual feud where there's nowhere to go but, towards retaliation.
So that's where it started then. Two bodyguards shot at one another.
One shot and killed the other.
Oh, okay, I got it. And that was back in Atlanta?
That was in Atlanta. And this was what? It was 1995, I believe it was.
And then Tupac was shortly after that, and then Biggie shortly after that, within a year or two.
Yeah, Tupac killed in September of 96 and Biggie killed in March of 97. But there was all kinds of other drama and hostility and gunplay that had taken place in between those individual events.
Well, Greg, let me ask you this. This is interesting. In investigating these rappers and all this gangster rap, they seem to they certainly had a different mentality than I did and my former associates back in the day. They seem to want to be known and want to be seen and want to, display the fact that they were part of a gang. Where on the other hand, most of us, maybe you could look at John Gotti as an exception, guys that were so high profile. We tried to stay out of the limelight. That's not something that we thought was good for us, but they had a whole different way of carrying themselves. Did you see that? Over the past 25 years, I've had the chance to meet personally with thousands of people, speak to millions, between my in-person appearances and online. And, the one consistent thing over the years.
So I think that's a big difference when people try to compare what a street gang might be to what, an organized crime organization would look like.
And in your investigation, were you able to turn a lot of people, flip a lot of people, create a lot of informants?
Absolutely. And we say this all the time, everybody has a number and you get them pressed up against a wall and there's a number that they aren't willing to do insofar as a prison term. And when they need to wiggle themselves out of it more.
Now that I've heard that study right there. Now there's been a study that they said that everybody have a prison number that they're not willing to do. Now, I don't believe that's true. I believe a lot of people, some niggas, if you talking about nigga 300 years, you might as well give him life without parole. You know what I'm saying? But it's some niggas that hey, don't get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? That will crash out. See, I always believe in this, homie. The moment you decide to crash out and put it all on the line is the moment you willing to accept your fate. That's what I live by. If I'm willing to crash out and I know if I act off of an emotion right then and there, that's that pill you got to swallow. Like, nigga, if I get cracked, I'm going to ride it out no matter what. Fuck telling nigga, I'm going to hold it down. If not, walk away. Some niggas are emotional killers, emotional reactors and all that shit, and they're not willing to do, nigga, 75 years for one charge, another 35 years for another charge. Some niggas is like, shit, nigga, I'll tell you everything you want to know. Some niggas might just tell just to get up out of that because they was acting off of emotion. And that's people that don't know how, those are people that's not emotionally intelligent. Some people that don't know how to manage their emotions, like this internet. It's not mandatory that you respond to everybody who say something funny about you. You know what I'm saying? It's not mandatory that you prove to somebody that you don't even know, that's not even worth it, that you really with it. Some niggas might have a perception of you, nigga. Okay, cool. Nigga, what that shit gonna do to me, nigga? Nigga, I'm pissing out Remy all year, and you over there, nigga, homeless, broke, got a curtain on your motherfucking window I'm blanking on your window as a curtain. What I look like? Like sometimes, man, you can't be beefing with a vegan. You know what I'm saying? So it's all right to nigga sit back and let a nigga have his opinion, gang. Let's go.
More often than not, they do by providing information to the law enforcement.
And let me ask you this, Greg, regardless of, and this is something I learned, regardless of, all of the advancements in technology and video surveillance and everything, most of these cases don't survive without witnesses, without informants. Would you find that to be true?
Absolutely. Yeah. Informants are still one of our strongest tools.
And let me ask you this: in all of this,
I said everybody loyal to this shit, gang, right? But don't get it. Do not get it confused. Do not get it confused. It's some niggas out here that got a number to what they willing to do time for. Everybody is not loyal to this shit. You got to look at it like that, homie. How many niggas out here telling right now that's still perpetrating as a gangster? All the real ones that nigga that crashed out, nigga, for this shit, for the cause, them niggas is doing time. And it's a lot of them niggas that crashed out for the cause that told. It's more telling than niggas doing time. You see what I'm saying? It's more people that was, and this is verbatim what he said, is you got more people that will snitch to save their own ass than more people that will ride out and do their time and keep a zip lip. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these niggas can get out here and tell, bro. That's why I say, nigga, do your dirt by your lonely. Because, nigga, at the end of the day, man, these niggas is, nigga, what we live in technology. These niggas got wire. You don't even need no wire no more. Nigga, they can put a camera in your earrings, a camera in your chain. Shit, they can probably insert one in your skin at this point. I wouldn't put it past them. But, nigga, it's more people telling than more people staying solid. Let's go.
Talk that's going on, all these allegations being made about Diddy. Do you see him acting in the way they're portraying him now? Because obviously he's denying everything. There's been lawsuits filed against him, and some of the stuff is pretty bad what they're saying. But do you see him as that type of character, number one? And number two, do you have any insight into this? I know you're out of that right now, but I'm sure you still have your hand in the, the flies on the wall, so to speak.
Every month, this Airbnb pays me in semi-passive income. Now, here's the thing. I don't own it.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and it's an interesting time. Much of the behavior that we are accusing him of, for lack of a better term, these kind of bacchanalia type of parties, this goes back to antiquity. Aside from pride, sexual misconduct's like this, one of the devil's greatest tools, right? And we see people getting compromised via that all the time. So I don't know, the parties, the freak offs, whatever. Hey, behind closed doors, if everybody's consenting adults. Now, if it goes beyond that, where there's crimes being committed, where people are being coerced, blackmailed, taken advantage of, or they're underage, well, now that's a different conversation. And I think it's important to kind of separate the two instead of putting them all into one thing, like, hey, these massive sex parties. Well, let's individualize this. Who's really a victim? And then go from there. So I think that, and also, Mike, we're rewriting much of what is and isn't socially acceptable. 10, 15 years ago, flying prostitutes in from another state to go to a party and attend to the men in that party, we didn't think of that as sex trafficking. We thought that was just prostitution. And that's what we considered it, kind of like a victimless crime. We don't look at it that way anymore. Now we look at these willing participants who are, making financial gain. We still look at them now as victims. And I'm not saying one's right, one's wrong. I'm just saying we're rewriting some of the definitions of what is and what isn't criminal, or what is and what isn't socially acceptable.
Now, has the law changed with respect to the way these people are viewed now, or is it basically the same statutes as the same law?
It's just a reinterpretation of law. And so it has changed in that sense that, again, using that example of flying prostitutes from Las Vegas to New York, say, and having them conduct, sex for money. Yeah, it's a crime, but nobody really considered that sex trafficking. Now that's a buzzword in which everybody is.
You heard what Greg said. He said, man, even if she compensated for sexual misconduct or just even if a nigga flew her into town and all that shit, that she's still the victim, even if she receives financial gain. Even if she get paid for it, she's still the victim. Come on, I tell you what, let it be a situation where motherfucker said, man, I was at open party, man, I was in the bathroom and I was holding my stick and she came and grabbed it and said, yo, give me some of this. I heard they call you Sweet Dick Willie.
Oh, they did call me that. You remember that shit?
Yeah. Then you be like, oh, Oprah grabbed your dick and tried to take it. Let a man say a woman raped him, it's going to be bad. It's going to be extremely bad. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's crazy. What if she paid me to go knock the lining out of her shit and I didn't like the way it smelled? I'm hitting that shit. Ooh. That's your pussy. That's your pussy. I said, man, she raping. Great, man. Did she pay you?
She bought me a sweater.
Nigga, if something happened and you go back and say, well, you know what? I was out of my mind. I don't think I would have did that. I smelled some stuff I shouldn't have smelled, and I'm not okay with that. Can I file charges? They would say, hell no. But let a woman have sex and she wake up and then you some ugly ass nigga. She's like, oh my God. No, I didn't fuck you. I'm go to the court. I didn't get that. Your Honor, I didn't give that nigga permission. I don't know who I saw when I was drinking, but I didn't give him permission. I would never hit that. It's a broad right now talking about, man, I wish I could get my pussy back. Man, I let that nigga hit that thing right there, man. God, digital. Woo! All the ladies in the congregation, if it's a nigga that you gave some pussy to and you wish you could take it back, put a 1 in the comments. And this bitch be like, yeah, I let 3 of them niggas hit that shit. Let's go, gang. You know I'm gonna turn up one time.
Is for good reason very much against, but we're reinterpreting what these things actually are and how they should be perceived through law enforcement.
And what's your view? Yeah, it does. What's your view on that? How do you view it personally?
I personally, if prostitution obviously is the oldest profession to mankind, and if it's consenting, willing adults, I don't look at it necessarily as this crime that needs to be addressed with all of the fervor that we are now. However, if people are being taken advantage of, if they're being, they're vulnerable.
So why do so many homes in Clark County need a flooring replacement? The number one reason is not.
But it's limited to that. I don't really have much to say insofar as Diddy's current dilemma.
Didn't you investigate some goings on with Diddy in Miami also?
No, not so much. No, not really. I didn't have anything to do with any of his Miami investigations. Everything that I had, again, was kind of focused just on these 2 murders that we were trying to solve. I didn't have much to do with any of his other activities.
And,
let me ask you, how do you think this is all going to turn out? Just from.
All right, we gonna leave it right there, man. So, so my thing is this, man. I just see the play. I see the play. I think Diddy at this point has enough information on enough important people to write his own ticket. Hey, listen, man. Hey, it's about money and power. You know what I'm saying? And you got to realize you can't, once you see some shit, you can't unsee it. Even if Diddy get acquitted from this, it's still not going to take away the fact that he was accused of it. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you was accused, you was charged. It don't matter what was the outcome, just the fact that you got caught up in a messed up situation will always put a stain on your name. So with that being said, man, shout out to the mods, man. Shout out to the team, man. Shout out to everybody pulled up, come rock with this live. I felt like this was important that we catch up with Diddy and see what's going on with him, because right now he playing ball, man. He making powerful moves. I believe he got dirt on congressmen, lobbyists, senators, presidents. Everybody who's been to those freak-offs are in danger at this point, and they would do nothing but their best to assist him from the sidelines without being blown their cover. So with that being said, man, I'm going to get up out of here, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Y'all know how we do it. Let's get it.